Hello everyone and greetings for the day. This is Jaya Maheshwari from St. Aloysius College, Mangaluru, and I'll be presenting on aldol reaction and its uses. A quick glance on the topics I'll be covering. First, what is aldol condensation? Why do aldehydes and ketones containing alpha hydrogen react? The mechanism of this reaction. A small simple trick to predict the product without doing this mechanism, some biological aldol reactions, and the importance of this reaction in today's world. So first things first, what is aldol condensation? Now condensation is a reaction in which two molecules combine to form a larger molecule, often with the loss of small molecules such as water, HCl, methanol, etc. The requirements for this reaction are: first, an aldehyde or a ketone containing alpha hydrogen. Now alpha carbon is the carbon next to the functional group, and alpha hydrogen is the hydrogen attached to this alpha carbon. To understand this better, we look at a few examples. In case of ethanol, this is the functional group, this is the alpha carbon, so these become the alpha hydrogens. In case of acetone, this is the functional group, and we see that there are two carbons attached to this functional group, each of which are attached to 3 hydrogen atoms. So in total, there are 6 alpha hydrogens in acetone. In case of benzaldehyde, this is the functional group, and there is a carbon attached to the functional group, that is the alpha carbon. But this alpha carbon does not have any hydrogen atom attached to it. So there is no alpha hydrogen in case of benzaldehyde. And in case of formaldehyde, this is the functional group, and to this functional group there is no carbon attached, which means there is no alpha carbon. And if there is no alpha carbon, there is no question of alpha hydrogen. So to sum it down, ethanol and acetone will show this reaction because they have alpha hydrogens, and benzaldehyde and formaldehyde will not show this reaction because they lack alpha hydrogens. The second thing required is a dilute base. For example, dilute sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, barium hydroxide, polycarbonate, etc. Now that we've seen that atoms or molecules which have alpha hydrogen will show this reaction, let's see what exactly makes these alpha hydrogens so essential for this reaction. Number 1. In aldehydes and ketones, due to the presence of an electron withdrawing carbonyl group, the alpha hydrogens get acidic nature. That is, their tendency to come out as a proton is very high. Number 2. The anion formed gets resonance stabilized. The main reaction occurs as follows. Aldehydes or ketones containing alpha hydrogen atoms undergo self-condensation in the presence of dilute alkalis such as sodium hydroxide, barium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, potassium carbonate, etc., giving beta hydroxyaldehydes called aldols or beta hydroxyketones called ketols respectively. Now this is called aldol reaction. On heating, the aldol or ketol readily lose water to give alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compounds, and these are the final products in this reaction. Let's understand the reaction mechanism by taking acetaldehyde and dilute sodium hydroxide as an example. Step 1. Formation of enolate ion. The hydroxyl group of the dilute alkali abstracts one of the alpha hydrogens and escapes out as water, forming an enolate ion. Step 2. The electron-rich enolate ion now attacks the relatively positive carbonyl carbon of another acetaldehyde molecule, forming an alkoxide intermediate. Step 3. The alkoxide intermediate abstracts a proton from the water molecule in the dilute alkali, forming 3-hydroxybutanol. Now, since this 3-hydroxybutanol contains an aldehyde group as well as an alcohol group, it is called an aldol. The condensation of this aldol is itself called aldol condensation. The condensation of this aldol takes place by heating it. The hydroxyl group and an alpha hydrogen escape out as water, forming but2-enol. But2-enol is also known as crotonaldehyde. Now there can always be a question as to why again another alpha hydrogen only leaves and not any other hydrogen along with the hydroxyl group. So the reasons why just the alpha hydrogen leaves again with the hydroxyl group on heating this molecule is 1, because alpha hydrogen is highly acidic, and 2, the product form, if any other hydrogen leaves along with the hydroxyl group, is less stable. To understand which, we look at the product form if another hydrogen molecule other than the alpha hydrogen leaves out with the hydroxyl group. So this is the product form. Now when you compare this to but2-enol, with respect to the double bond, more the number of hydrogen atoms attached to the alpha carbon, more are the hyperconjugating structures. This is a rule of chemistry. So if you look at but2-enol, with respect to the double bond, this is the alpha carbon to which there are 3 hydrogen atoms attached. And in case of the other molecule, with respect to the double bond, this is the alpha carbon to which only hydrogen atoms are attached. Hence, but2-enol will have more number of hyperconjugating structures as compared to the other one. Therefore, but2-enol will be more stable compared to the other product, and hence but2-enol is the one which is formed. Now, besides this mechanism, there is a simple, easy trick to predict the product without doing the mechanism, and that is by removing the oxygen of the first reactant molecule and 2 alpha hydrogens of the second reactant molecule to form the product. In case of acetaldehyde, it is but2-enol. Now, second example, again, the oxygen of the first reactant molecule and 2 alpha hydrogens will leave out, forming the product called mesytyl oxide. In case of propanol, again, oxygen of the first molecule and 2 alpha hydrogens of the second molecule leave out to form the product 2-methylpent2-enol. Now we see that when you join the molecules, there has to be a double bond inserted at the alpha carbon of the second molecule. You will be surprised to know that such reactions occur even inside our body. So some biological aldol reactions are splitting of fructose 1,6-bisphosphate into dihydroxyacetone and glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate in the 4th stage of glycolysis. Production of glyoxylate and succinate from isocitrate using isocitrate lyase in glyoxylate cycle. And 3. In the conversion of acetyl coenzyme A and oxaloacetate to 5-citryl coenzyme A. Nothing is complete without knowing its uses. So some areas where aldol reactions are used are: first, in cancer studies, for the synthesis of such compounds which exhibit anti-proliferative activity in a panel of in vitro cultivated cancer cell lines. Second, against influenza virus, for the synthesis of tetra-substituted bicyclooctenes as potential inhibitors of influenza virus sialadase. 3. Against herpes, for the synthesis of cationic beta-vinyl substituted mesotetraphenyl porphyrins. And 4. In the synthesis of cholesterol inhibitors, in synthesis and biological evaluations of condensed pyridine and condensed pyrimidine based HMG coenzyme A reductase inhibitors. Thank you.